Debi, after Katarina skated, the door was really open for you. What happened?
I think maybe I was thinking too much about the door being open instead of thinking about myself. But I think the hardest thing was just I had a long wait, and I knew it, and I was worried about it.
What were you thinking of backstage?
I kept trying to tell myself, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And I still know I can do it. It's just, you know, I didn't do it at the right time. And it's hard when you don't do the first jump. I count on that first jump being there, and when it's not, it's really hard to keep fighting for it. One of the good things is I didn't chicken out on anything, but I couldn't stay on my feet. I kept putting my hand down and leaning over and things like that, and it just wasn't fun. After a point, I was just not having fun, but I think I just wanted to get off the ice. But I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not as disappointed as I thought I was going to be if things didn't go right tonight. I'm still alive. I'm just so glad this whole thing is over. It's been eating away at me for months and months. And, I just have to get on with my life now.
Well, you do have a lot ahead of you. You have a lot of choices. Do you think you're going to go on to the World Championships in Budapest in a few weeks?
Well, we were planning on doing that. Right now, I don't want to do it. But we probably will. I feel the most for my coach because he knew I could do it. And I knew I could do it, but it's no big deal, if I disappoint myself. But I don't know, I just felt like that was something that I could do for him. And I know it's got to be disappointing for him, and he's been great. He's like, don't worry about it. And all I could say was, I'm sorry, I feel so bad. And so maybe I should go to Budapest and show him that I really can hold it together.
Well, we've seen you do it before, and we hope that the decisions you make in the future are going to be real good ones, and you'll be skating terrific in Budapest. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Debi Thomas, and she is strong. She is really quite a person, and I hope she does go to Budapest. A little later, after she talked with Debi, Peggy talked to Katarina Witt, the first Olympic figure skating champion in women's to repeat since Sonia Heaney.
Katarina, can you put into perspective what this gold medal means to you compared to the gold medal that you got in Sarajevo in 1984?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy about this gold medal, and it means a lot for me because now I'm the second woman who win a gold medal in the Olympic history, and I think it needs a long time for another woman to win 2 gold medals, and I think this time it was much harder for me to skate for the gold medal.
In what way was it more difficult this time?
Well, there are more other good skaters maybe than in '84, and it was hard to skate here because it was the audience for the Canadians and the Americans, and last time it was in Europe, and so it was easier for me.
Well, after you skated tonight, you stood and watched Debi Thomas's performance. What was going through your mind at that time?
Well, when I saw her first jump, I saw she was very nervous, and I thought, well, maybe she can do the other jumps, but she was very slowly, and her artistic impression was not very well. And I think the competition, there are 3 parts. There are the compulsory figures, the short, and the free, and I did all 3 parts good. And so, well, I'm happy.
Well, how about meeting Alberto Tamba backstage tonight? He's been dying to meet you.
Because I think he don't know much about figure skating, and I don't know much about him, and so it was just for fun. I saw his gold medal, and it was nice to meet him.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
We're happy for you.
Thank you very much.
Katarina Witt, a brilliant champion. She has her own gold medal, again. A poignant story, a sidebar to tonight's championship, was Caryn Kadavy of the United States. After the short program the other night, she was in 6th place. She came down with the flu. She was unable to compete tonight. She watched. It had to be very difficult for her, and we are very appreciative. She's taken a few moments from her time, and she is going to join us right now. And Caryn, let me just echo what Jim McKay told you before he left the set. You're young. There'll be many, many more times. I know that's a little solace, but again, there will be many, many more times for you.
Yes, it's just very disappointing, and you train your almost your whole life for this, and it's just unfortunate that I had to get the flu.
As you watch, Caryn, your appraisal of Debi, what did you think of her performance?
Well, I felt that she really gave a good effort, and I feel bad for her because I know she has a lot of talent and she's a very tough skater, and I know she didn't do her very best, but she gave the effort and she should feel happy about it.
You're 20 years old. Of course, you're looking ahead now in about a month to Budapest. How about 1992?
I'm not sure yet. I feel that, I'll make that decision when the time comes, and I'll just take one day at a time, and then we'll see what happens. But first is Budapest.
Caryn, once again, we thank you for joining us. I know it was a very tough thing for you to go through tonight. Coming up, when we return, there was an outstanding, rousing performance by Canada's Elizabeth Manley tonight. It vaulted her to the silver medal. We'll have that when we come back. Great night, a Canadian night. Elizabeth Manley, her marks were extraordinary, ranged from 5.9s to 5.7, both artistically and technically. And it was the first time since 1983 that someone has defeated the great Katarina Witt in a long program. A short while ago, Peggy Fleming talked with Elizabeth.
Can you put it in perspective of what this whole evening means to you?
It means working the hardest year I've ever worked, all worth it. There were so many days this fall where those run-throughs were so hard in the cold rink I train in, and I kept saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I did more run-throughs than I've ever done in my whole life this year, and I trained the hardest I've ever trained, and tonight made it all worth it.
Did you ever think that you could do this well here at the Olympic Games?
I honestly believed that I could be on the podium. I felt I had the potential, but to do 3 outstanding performances together was a dream, and I've been dreaming of that for months now, and I had this very wild dream about a week ago, and it was a vision of me skating perfect with my mom running down the stands and just everything coming together, and it was funny when I finished tonight. I was looking for my mom running down the stands, and it was just, everything has just been so worth it now.
Well, you were wonderful. Everybody loved you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What a night, and a great night for ladies figure skating. Once again, Katarina Witt, the gold, Elizabeth Manley, the silver, and it was Debi Thomas settling for bronze. When we come back, we're going to meet and talk with perhaps the greatest skier of all time, Ingemar Stenmark, perhaps skiing in his last Olympics today.